At the end of every day, a cigar. It's just a cigar. 5 letters. Cigar. 5 letters that mean so much. And it is what it is. This is a torpedo. This is the Lost City. Lost City 2020. Here we go. I'm going to review this midday. Very beautiful smelling. Pungently sweet, but not as syrupy sweet as the classic Opus X. But at the core, some of it is there. It's a light medium brown looking wrapper. Some oily sheen to it, as opposed to Charlie sheen. Oh shit, I said his word and my cutter got AIDS. Look at that. The world's cheapest cutter. Man, my goodness. Oh man, I gotta buy a new cutter. It's just that I never use cutters because I don't smoke a lot of torpedoes. So it is what it is. I can't stress it or not. That's backwards. But I can smell the foot from the top here. Wow, that's a nice smelling cigar. We're gonna cut off not too much, but not too little. Or else it's not a torpedo no more. Question is, do I compare this cigar to regular Opus X? Or do I just enjoy it as itself? We could try a little bit of both. Some people prefer this over Opus X, but overall, everyone that likes Opus X likes Lost City. But overall, it smells nice. Overall, it's generally the least sought after. So I guess you could say the worst Opus X, but it's more of the least desired, meaning, for the most part, from what I've seen since it's been out, generally speaking, even the regular Opus X seem to be more sought after. Now, maybe things have changed, but guys generally prefer other Opus X or regular Opus X over the Lost City. Doesn't mean they don't like Opus X. Meaning, but if a lounge only has Opus X, then yeah, the guys that smoke Opus will smoke Opus X, the Lost City. But so it begs the question, why is the Lost City not as good as the regular Opus X? Or is the Lost City better than Opus X and you're just not realizing it? Or can the regular guy that enjoys good cigars can enjoy them all? I mean, that sounds more like it. That's a great cigar off the bat. You know, the question is, like, Opus X, even the regular Opus X line has such a big following, and it's a highly reusable cigar, meaning this is a cigar that guys have smoked over and over and over again. So in their mind, they have an expectation of what it is, what Opus X is. So what part of the Lost City did a lot of guys not like, or they felt it was different, you know? Does not feel, and I just had Opus X recently, it does not feel like a classic Opus X. That's darker than regular Opus X. Regular Opus X. In my opinion, that's stronger than regular Opus X. in my opinion, it has sweetness like Opus X. Even a similar feeling of that sweetness, but it's a little pungent. It's a little on the bitter or say sour side. Like that sweetness was a little like it was fermented. So it's not in a bad way. It's a little more puckering. So, you know, to say which one's better, the bottom line is the Red Classic Opus X ain't going anywhere. Everyone loves that cigar. I think the question is when you change the actual blend, forget about even within a blend, if you change the size, you change the cigar. But when you change a whole blend, then it doesn't matter. It's not like a small size of Opus X versus a big size of Lost City, or vice versa. Have anything cut once you know, within the same blend. Like if I had this cigar a little shorter or a little fatter, it changes it, but it's not going to be drastically 100% change. You just start playing. It's macro and micro. When you keep the same blend and you change the size, which does change the blend, but it's the same type of tobacco, it's a micro adjustment. You already zoomed in. Just a little bit here, a little bit there. When you change a blend totally, it's macro. You're zoomed out. You say, hey, we're going to get way off course here. It's stronger than like a Don Carlos. Why am I bringing that up? Well, guys that smoke Fuente cigars wouldn't understand. Off the bat, it's stronger and a little darker than like a Don Carlos First Reserve. We're at a heavy medium plus right now, but we're just off the bat. Of course, I know from here it's going to build up because Fuentes do. Finisher's actually long and heavy from the beginning. So, just if someone said they wanted one of the Opus X lines and you had a collection, and they said, but do you want it, more beautiful or stronger Opus X? If they said more beautiful, in my opinion, the Opus X. If you just said you want something stronger and darker and heavier, if that's what you want, but within Opus X, then get the Lost City, in my opinion. Between those two. Now, to start comparing them amongst the entire lineup of all the variable small batch Opuses, then we can start getting crazy. But I feel like Lost City is not like a one-off cigar, meaning it's been around long enough, and I don't think it's going anywhere. And I think it does have a popularity to it. But generally speaking, from what I've seen at guys at lounges, like if they had, for example, this is hypothetical, but I think use other. If they had like Don Carlos the Man, if they had the blue one, is that the blue one? The blue one with the father, the grandfather, the Stino, right? Whatever the hell, Sigma. If they had the Oscuro Opus X, right? With the orange band in the bottom. Or was it yellow? I'm getting this shit fucked up. Point is this. If they had the Power Ranger and they had a Lost City, all those cigars, in my opinion, those cigars would probably move faster than the Lost City. Unless they found the one guy that's a Lost City fanatic. So it doesn't mean the Lost City's not a great cigar. It is. Like, if Lost City was the only Opus X blend they made, that would be, their Opus X, but it's not. And so when you're surrounded by greatness, you could be Scottie Pippen. You could be, who's that guy with tattoos and nose ring? He was banging a lot of hookers, guys and girls. What the hell is his name? The Rebounder. He was rebounding. He did the action movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme. The point is, you could be those two guys, phenomenal players, but you're standing next to Michael Jordan every day. And so maybe that's what Lost City is. A great, phenomenal Fuente cigar, just zoomed out. Great, phenomenal cigar. But when you zoom in, you're like, you know what I'm saying, though? You'd be like in 1780, and you're standing next to George Washington. Like, nobody cares. That's George Washington. It is what it is. Even like if you had a bar and restaurant eating seafood, and you know, you're sitting next to Steven Seagal, nobody cares that you're there now. That's Steven Seagal. And the point is this. I think Lost City gets lost in the city of opuses, and I can't stress that enough. So it is a phenomenal cigar. It is a great cigar. But so many times I hear, and I could do it myself too, I like the Opus better. Sure, the Opus is the better cigar. The blend on Opus has been around for over 30 years, or 30 years now. The cigar kind of feels like if you made an Opus cigar with the Diamond Crown Maximus. What the Diamond Crown Maximus to make it a higher tier. It's darker. It feels more like a stronger sun-grown kind of wrapper. I don't know the wrapper on this. I'm gonna look at the blend. The drawer is phenomenal. The burn is phenomenal. Even the ash looks more like something on the Diamond Crown Maximus. It's a phenomenal cigar. The finish is long, strong with sour, pungent. It's a light medium full right now. Syrupy sweetness, mild black pepper, very good amount of, not charred wood, but not like a bright cedar, like smoked wood, if that makes any sense. Do you ever have bagels and lots, like a smoky wood, you know, the way your mother likes it. And no offense to your mother, but thy wife will be a harlot in the city, and thy children. Well, typical perfect Fuente construction. The ash looks a little darker than I remember on the more grayish on this beautiful cigar. It is a bolder cigar than the regular Opus X. It is stronger than the Opus X. I'm not like, it's not ass kicking, but within the realm of Opus X classic line, it is darker. I'm at like 70% darkness. Maybe almost 3/4 darkness. And I'm at a solid medium full right now. The finish is long and heavy. The finish is beautiful, classic Fuente style, but the notes are a little more pungent. And with the sweet on this, you're getting a little of the sour. Very much sourdough, and that's affecting also. The sweetness has a little bit of a tang to it. Some people can say that it's a bitter or sour. I don't find that a bad thing. I find this is a different approach to their Opus X line. So, if you ask me, like, gun to the head, what's the better cigar, just period? Forget about, you know, what kind of profiles or what kind of strength, just what's the better cigar, zoomed out, and you're just going to enjoy whatever it is. That's the Opus X. Then if we zoom in, if you said, okay, well, what's better for me? Well, do you want more of a magical cigar? Just get the Opus X. If you want a harder cigar, stronger cigar, not saying it's not smooth, but if you want something a little more aggressive within the Opus X line, compared only to regular Opus X, then yeah, then Lost City would be the right fit for you. The charred wood's coming in now. So that's a classic Fuente line. I have nothing bad to say about it. The Lost City Opus X is a 4.8 cigar. It's a phenomenal cigar. It's a box-worthy cigar. I mean, you know what it is when it comes to these little cigars. As far as preference, that's on you. But the main thing here was to categorize a cigar and to compare it only directly to the classic Opus X line in any size. And that's the grunt of it. If you want more magic, you get the Opus X. If you want a darker magical cigar, but with that heaviness and strength comes at a cost, of a little less beauty on the flavor profile, more pungent, and the sweetness became a little too strong, became a little on the sour side. If you like that, you know, God bless. You know, kind of like when you're having a margarita, you got that saltiness and the sugar on the glass, and then the mix has a little bit of a sweet and sour bitterness to it. It's a good thing. So, I love the Lost City. I think it has its place. Even though it is listed as a Dominican Puro, it feels a lot like, if you picture the J.C. Newman Diamond Crown Maximus, picture that as a cheaper, low-cost version of the Lost City. I'm telling you, have like a Diamond Crown Maximus for lunch. It's a great cigar, and it's a very affordable $12, $13 cigar. And then have the Lost City at nighttime. You're going to see some similarities as far as just the overall profile. The difference is the Lost City is much more fermentation. It's a more expensive cigar, more expensive banding, presentation, boxes, and everything else. I mean, the Lost City is the better cigar. Yeah, but if you factor in money, you say, well, is the Diamond Crown Maximus, 2 or 3 times worse, or is the Lost City 2 or 3 times better with the cost? I mean, these are questions that are irrelevant. If you want to enjoy a luxury cigar, I mean, the MSRP price is the price. Which I remember when I started smoking these were around, I think around back in the day, $20, $22. Now, I mean, you're probably lucky. I don't know. If you find this at $30, $40, I don't know. It is what it is. Phenomenal cigar. It's a 4.8. I have nothing more to say about it. It's very simple to review. If you want a slightly bolder, darker, heavier, pungent Opus X line, that the side effects is the notes are a little more pungent and sour. And yeah, it's not completely away from the Opus X line, but it's enough to feel like a different cigar. As we get deeper into the cigar, exposing Fuente's quality construction, perfect ash, perfect draw. The cigar is, at this point, a heavy medium full, a little very smooth, long heavy finish. At this point, it's exposing that this blend is definitely a heavier, darker, even more so pungent than the old classic Opus X. But the cigar doesn't feel dirty at all. It feels very smooth. It's definitely a stronger blend, although it's still phenomenal. I think it's a very beautiful cigar. The classic Opus X line is it's almost mystical. It's heavenly. This was like if there was a storm in heaven, a chaotic day. Still a beautiful cigar, but a little while ago, about 2 minutes ago, jalapeno picked up. And normally in the classic Fuente lines and higher end ones, jalapeno notes might come in, but generally towards the very end. This is still in the second, third, not the last third yet. They already picked up in there, so it is much spicier. And the amount of jalapeno spice is greater than the classic Opus X line that you get in the last third. So not only did the jalapeno come in sooner, it came in heavier. So you know what you get with this cigar. Not an ass-kicking cigar by any means, not an AJ Fernandez. But comparing it head-to-head with the Opus X line, it's kind of, it's two different cigars with the same level of care and construction. It is what it is. It's a 4.8. It's a box-worthy cigar. It's a beautiful cigar. If you ask my opinion, though, what cigar would I rather have a box of and smoke more of? It's the classic Opus X line. But this cigar has its place. And it's phenomenal. It's just surrounded by Michael Jordan. I think we're done here. It's just going to pick up a little more in the last third. What else can I say? Sacco, major flex, greatly appreciated. Phenomenal cigar, long finish, pungently, sour, sweet, spicy. I'd say, you know, if I don't know what the street prices are now. I've read the game. I haven't been lounges in a while. But if you could find this cigar $25 to $30, I'd say, yeah, try it out. I've seen these cigars within this year, though, for $35 to $45 in lounges with the gouge. And that's, you know, that's what it is. It is what it is. Opus X Lost City Forbidden. Phenomenal cigar. Very high quality. Delicious. Stronger and more pungent and more spicy than the classic Opus X line. But less beautiful. So, you thought I wasn't going to smoke the last third? What are you, nuts? So it is what it is. Phenomenal cigar. It's a 4.8. It is, in my opinion, a very well-respected cigar, period. It's just standing next to the juggernaut that is the classic Opus X line. And then, you know, you have all the other offshoots, which seem to be more desirable or more hyped, or I'm not saying they're not better or worse. I'm just saying, well, they're all great cigars. Anything Opus, anything Fuente, anything Fuente makes from Hemingway up, is great. You know, you can decide which is your favorite, but I mean, and the price is a factor, but they're all great cigars. That being said, I feel the Lost City maybe doesn't get maybe it lost a little respect compared to its, I guess, you know, older brothers, but I feel the Lost City has its place, and that it's a phenomenal cigar. It's definitely worth smoking, holy shit. It definitely holds its own within it, and I think it does some things. It does some things that the classic Opus X line can't. But at the same time, there's always a trade-off. The classic Opus X line does things that this can't. More beauty on the Opus X, more brawn on the Lost City. So perhaps it's not always a good idea to just only compare this to Opus X, just to enjoy it. And it's, I mean, for a pile of leaves, that's all cigars are, right? Wrap it behind a filler. What a phenomenal blend. I'm glad it exists. I think it's very delicious. I think it's one of the stronger Opus X that maybe you overlooked in general. Well, you, I'm saying anyone in the world. And enjoy it for what it is. Now, just be careful if you buy it at a lounge that it's not extremely wet. I mean, the smoke output on this has been phenomenal. And I put this down after I made that last clip, and I went to get changed to get ready to go to work. And probably took about 7-8 minutes. The ash was still on the cigar, the full ash. And I picked up a cigar, and the ash was still on it, the full ash. And it was still smoking. The thing didn't go out. I didn't even have to relight it. So to be put down for 8 minutes and come back, what a world-class construction. Maybe I fell in love with the Lost City today. I think giving it a hard look, I think it gives you a lot. And it's definitely belongs within the Opus X line. Just don't expect it to be the classic Opus X. It's doing something different. And the problem is when you fuck with a cigar that's so reliable and so loved, like the Opus X, for so long, maybe any cigar is doomed to fail. When I say fail, meaning it's never,
it's kind of like what happened with the T-52 and the League of Number 9. Yeah, League of Number 9 was their best shit, and there were guys that love 52, but majority-wise, the League of Number 9s are going to sell fast, and that's what guys prefer overall. Majority. So most people, majority, rather have the Opus X over the Lost City, but I think the Lost City has its place. So hopefully this review didn't lose you. And if it did, that's your fucking problem. My name is Richie. This is the last episode. I hate this place. It's stupid.